Hello, hello, ladies, gentlemen, and/or others. I messed up this time. Damn it! I think that's actually the first time I've messed up since I've been back and doing the thing. It feels so natural. But anyway, this is Gnomoria, picking up right where we left off. I've actually lost track of the bear. That's a sentence that should not normally be said. Oh, that's a terrifying prospect, that is. Anyway, good God. Losing a bear is not, no, this is not a thing that should be done or said or anything of that sort. Now, I would be less scared of the bear if we had armor and weapons and whatnot, but with just our fists, no. We're not fist fighting a bear. We're not doing that. I'm sorry. But, no. So, I believe in the last episode I was explaining why combat is, like, the combat fighting skill is so important. Let's actually take a look at their skills real quick. I'll just pull a random gnome. And skills. So fitness, I don't know what fitness does. I think it's just general punchy McPunch powers. Focus allows them to gain skills faster. Charm, I think that's useless. Or actually no, it influences diplomacy. Curiosity is, I have no idea. Combat skills, however, this is what's important for this particular instance. These are task skills. Your various skills here will actually increase these attributes slowly, and in that way it's actually kind of a softcore RPG. So, I say softcore, but just look at all of these fucking skills. Anyway, so fighting. Fighting is the skill that generally just governs how well you fight. Your dodge, your block, your attacking chance. If you fight well, you will just fight well no matter what weapon you have. Brawling is the fighting skill that governs fist fighting, basically. This affects how much damage you do with your fists. This affects how likely you are to hit with your fists on top of your fighting skill. And it's the same for sword, axe, and hammer. Crossbow influences mostly your accuracy with the crossbow, not so much your damage with it. But if you're very accurate with a crossbow, you can do more damage by hitting vitals. Same with the gun. Shield influences block chance. Now, I could be getting us shield and stone weapons, or wooden shields and stone weapons, and I might do that, actually. But the issue that I have with that is that vastly increases the value of this particular lance, which increases the enemies that we're going to be facing, and stone weapons are not very good against metal armor. Dodge chance influences dodge, of course. Armor influences how effective you are at using armor. It also influences your speed while in armor. And it just kind of goes up over time of wearing armor. So yeah. And these guys are just training. Also, he has a top hat and monocle for some reason. I just noticed that. I don't know why. So yeah. Currently I think we're basically just waiting for our first goblin invasion while harvesting things and just getting crafting. Which is gonna take a while. Now I do believe that we have the pillar. But I'm worried about like tearing this down and then a goblin invasion comes and all three, just these two sets of doors would be made completely useless. I would also really like to hurry up and get bandages. I think they actually made it so we no longer start with bandages, which sucks. I think all these apples are also back. Let's see, how much drink do we have? Just 43. Now, I could do a thing, and that is I could create apple wine, and I may do that. That's actually very tempting. Yeah, let's do that. going to craft it up to. Gonna do it like how I have the wheat beer. And then it does that for 8:16. Craft 2, 8, and then craft 2, 16. Move up. And the reason I have strawberry wine lower down on the list than the beer and the apple wine is because, let's just craft 2 for the strawberry wine. Let's see, there's 8 and there's 16. Craft 2, 16. Craft 2, 8. The reason I have it, or the reason I had the strawberry wine like I had the rest of it, is because you just kind of didn't really need to worry about crafting it to the actual same level. I could increase the 2 different wines to also go up to 32, but is mainly my response. Another thing that I'm using grain for is actually bread. And the reason for that is because we need bread for sandwiches, but we also need sausage for sandwiches. And sausages are gotten from meat, which we can turn our enemies into, as goblin sausage is a gnomish delicacy. It's rather morbid, but food is food. Also keeps us from needing to slaughter our cows constantly for sausage. So, you know, that's one thing. In addition, I think it would be a good idea for us to possibly look into moving the trough. And getting torches set up around the area. Torches would be a very good idea. Especially in the guardhouse. We could set up pillars there, there, and there. And start actually using this as a guardhouse. It's very tempting. That is. It really is. We just have this one guy in here because he can keep watch, basically. He can't actually, I don't think he can train quite well. Health, tired, profession, stonemith, status, training. Required discipline 1. I don't know if his skill does go up a lot faster if he has other people to help him train, but unfortunately that is not available just simply because we don't have enough gnomes for that. That being said, we do appear to be doing just fine in food and whatnot. Let's see, how much food does this trough actually have? Yeah, we're doing fine on that. Another thing is, I believe you can actually only see in the dark. You can only see things that are in the light. Or being seen by your gnomes. Do I have 2 people in the thing? Why is she training with him? That's weird. How strange. Let's see. Fruity dresses. The fruity dresses only have 1 person, though. Huh. It's weird. Angered mites is... Well, it's time for... It's 4 in the morning? Yeah, so it's time for the fruity dresses. Which is basically just there to watch, effectively. I could start weapon and shield production. That is an option. But bone armor would honestly be a better alternative to weapons. And I know that's weird. Or to shields. That being said, shields are also pretty good. I should probably harvest these apples. I mainly use apples and other fruit trees as food substitutes. Do we have any oranges on this map? If we do, that'd be kind of nice. Just for food diversity, mainly. Let's see, those are apples. Do we have any oranges? Those are also apples. Those are oranges. Haha. So I'll have to remember these. I can't mark them for now, just simply because we're waiting on a goblin invasion. And I don't really know when the goblin invasion is going to come, but right after the goblin invasion is actually a grace period. They don't just infinitely raid you, which is kind of nice. I don't know if we get the entire year to ourselves, though. I know we get at least the first season to ourselves, but I don't know if we get the entire year. Someone will probably tell me in the comments of the last episode or this one, which I'll be very grateful for either way. But, on the off chance that we actually do get them to ourselves, get the entire year to ourselves, I would like to agriculture. I would like to cut clippings, just for food diversity. And I only need to get to here. There we go. That'll also get us some oranges. Huh. You know, I could look it up, probably on my phone. But I'm not going to, because that would probably just be rude, to be entirely honest. And I know I did a thing on my phone for the ghost episode, and I am sorry for that, but it's, well, I don't really have a good excuse for it. Oh, hey, a badger. Let's not fuck with the badger, if you would. So how big is this? 7 by 7? Okay. Let's see. Let's not fuck with the badger. I don't think the badger should be fucked with. Grove. Oranges. And yes, I know. Cut clippings. We do not want to fell the trees. I know we do not have anything planted there. Let's see. That's priority 3. So I will also make it as high priority as apples. A badger is between a bear and a monitor lizard, I believe. The monitor lizards are rather vicious. They're not the sort of thing that I really want to. I could have fucked with it if I really wanted to, but they're also not the sort of thing that I really want to. Is the issue. Let's see. Terrain. Replace floor with dirt clumps. Build. And unfortunately it's making it so we can't do anything in this area, really. Which sucks. I might do a thing where I get rid of all these trees and then plant them at a later date. And let's actually let us Spia Woodsmith. Let us have a look at her skills. She's already gone up to 15 fighting. She has 7 brawling, so she's not exactly the best for a monk, but she has decent hammer skills, and she has actually pretty good hammer skills and decent axe skills. So her skills are going up, which is a really good thing, actually. So we have wheat being like heavily harvested. Just this much wheat is fine. We produce enough food with just this crop. Honestly, the oranges are just so that we can be able to have food diversity and have additional types of wines. Which someone will have to tell me if orange wine tastes good. I personally would like to think that it does, but I am not sure. Entirely 100% honest with you. I don't know if those kinds of flavors really mix very well. Another thing you can do is just let the fruit trees grow all the way and then cut them down for wood. I do know fruit tree wood is actually really good. It's equivalent to birch, I believe. If it's not, then there's no real point in cutting them down. Because they're very, very useful. They are much more useful alive than birch is. In real life, birch, I would honestly argue against cutting down birch like this and just build everything out of pine. Pine makes poor constructions, very poor constructions. But birch is actually one of those trees that produces a lot of goods while it is alive. We have enough wood, so I'm not too worried about cutting down more. If I do cut down more while we're not actually doing very much, then in all honesty, it's mainly just to clear room. Because look at all this shit. We're fine on wood. I could also get us more food by just clearing out all these apple trees. And yeah, it's a bit of a waste, I'll be honest. But we really don't need this much food at current. Honestly, there's not really a point in the game where you need food. The only time I could possibly see that being a case is during winter. And for as long as these seasons are, it's really not an issue, at least for current. And food doesn't spoil in winter, so basically. Let's see now. And I hope the crafting has been going alright. We don't really have much to craft, to be entirely honest. We're mainly just needing to build up torches. Well, that being said, workshops, cloth, food/drink. I think we have each one of those. Gem cutter, jeweler, metal. Mechanism, tinker bench, machine shop, engineer shop. Miscellaneous kiln. I could start looking at that. Market stall, prospector shop. What does a prospector shop need? Tables, chairs, and chisels. Okay. I could do that. Prospector's shop allows you to process dirt, stone, and clay into metal shards, and very rarely gems. And these metal shards can then be smelted down into metal. It's an alternative method to acquire metal. It's not the best, but it's also something at the very least. Let's see, wood. Do we need a carpenter? I think we might need a second carpenter. A second carpenter would probably take a lot of stress off. Well, we need to move the carpenter anyway. Not exactly the most it's not exactly the most optimal place to put it, but it's a place to put it. I don't care. So yeah, that's the thing. And the gnomes are fighting well. This episode is not really getting much accomplished, I'll be entirely honest. I don't really normally like to zoom out like this. It'll probably be better to get used to this than it is to being zoomed in really fucking close. Because I think this is actually max zoom. No, this is max zoom. Okay. So, let's see. I kind of want to do more with this mountain. We have this giant fuck-off mountain, yet I'm building everything below it. Fizzy has died. Who's... Wait, what? Why? Hang on. What? I am the confused. Military... Did I tell all the squads to attack the fucking honey badger? Seriously? I did, didn't I? Why are they all attacking it? I didn't tell them to attack it. Dying of thirst, how much is your health? Seals killed. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I did kill Fizzy. Still in good health. It has no injuries, doesn't it? Where is it? That's... Why, though? Fizzy's corpse. Yeah, over here. And I'm trying to find... Ah, there it is. Combat. Active. Second day of summer. Year 1. Fizzy versus Honey Badger. Fizzy picks up the perch log. Fizzy has died. Bond punches the Honey Badger, hitting the upper body and stopping at the hide. Honey Badger scratches Fizzy, hitting the neck, cutting the skin, smashing the skin, and crushing the throat. Fuck. So he's bleeding, and an artery has been struck and is suffocating. Fizzy has died. Bond kicks the Honey Badger, but the Honey Badger dodges the attack. Honey Badger scratches Ban, hitting the left leg, cutting the skin, smashing the muscle, and stopping at the bone. Ban's left leg is bleeding and falls to the ground. Ban gets back up. At this point, if we're just going to keep attacking the fucking Honey Badger, might as well. I mean... I'll probably get us killed, but, yeah. Okay, so, military, I need to adjust this. Okay, fruity dresses, let's disband the squad. And the spooned weeds. You have a vacant position, so let's go ahead and fill it with them. Where is the Honey Badger? Oh, there it is. And they're fleeing. How beat up is the Honey Badger? It's dying of thirst health. The Honey Badger is in good health. If it flees now, I'm going to be really annoyed. If it leaves the map, I mean. Did it leave the map? It left the map, didn't it? It left the fucking map. God damn it. That's... I didn't tell them to attack it, though, is the thing. That's... I call shenanigans on that. I didn't tell them to attack it. Why did they attack it? It was because I told them to... Defend formations... From attack orders, defend gnomes. Attack enemies that have been spotted by other gnomes. No! Good God. Actually, formations. Monks. Also workforce. Defend gnomes. No! You will attack the things that I tell you to attack! Ah! We got someone killed for that. Poor Fizzy, though. That sucks. It's weird, but having it zoomed out like this actually increases the quality a little bit. That's a bad thing to say, but if you zoom in on pixelated textures, they decrease in quality. They genuinely do. Just simply because you're focusing in on something that's meant to not be focused in on. Hmm. God, that was annoying. Well, at least we only lost one person, I think. Hopefully we don't lose any more. Let's see, anchored mites, the spooned weeds. Oh, that was just so annoying. Was she one of our stonesmiths? I really hope she wasn't. Woodsmith, plantsmith, stonesmith. She was one of our plantsmiths. Okay, so we've got a slight shortage of plantsmiths, which sucks. Really bad. Agriculture, forage. The sun has risen. It's good. And then, why do we have so much food? We have a lot of food. Thankfully we have a lot of oranges. I am honestly just doing this so just getting the oranges done so that we have additional wine that we can make. So, okay. Grapes? Or does it just show that for, well, we had grapes, I suppose. Let's see, 4, 8, 16. Craft 2, 4, craft 2, 8, and craft 2, 16. Move to top. That's... I'm sorry, but that frustrates me more than it really should. I don't know, I really shouldn't be that frustrated. It was my own failures that caused it. Oh well. At least I've learned. That's one good thing that came out of that. Is that I learned not to set them to defend gnomes. Because it'll draw my attention whenever something comes up, and then I can send gnomes to attack it at my leisure. I may get rid of this mountain. It's a really big mountain, and it's not useful for very much. It has fucking mithril in it, I suppose. That is an option. And no, mithril's not in this game. I was joking. That being said, I should really start looking at getting rooms done. So, for that, we need the carpenter, don't we? This is a woodcarver, not a carpenter. Okay, then. That's not what I wanted. I would like to deconstruct. There we go. God, that pisses me off so much. And I know it's my own fault, but for fuck's sakes. Let's see, mine wall. In addition, we'll mine this wall, and then this wall. And yeah, I could completely replace these two walls with pillars, but I don't want to. Possibly not the best thing to do in the world. I would like to get another crop for there, and I know underground farms are also going to be needed for mushrooms specifically. So I may create underground farms down for the rest of this mountain. I could do that. It's not exactly the best of things, but it is something. Oh, hey, the yak. Why is there a roaming yak? It is female, and it is exhausted for some reason. Yeah. Okay, so normally what you're supposed to do is if you get a male yak, you're supposed to... If you get a yak, like the first yak you get that is not... that is formed between these, your two starting yaks, you're supposed to sacrifice it to the bone needle gods in order to acquire bone needle. And I probably should do that, actually, thinking about it. My counter argument was going to be that it's a female yak, so it would increase the rate at which we would get other yaks. That's goblin music. There's a goblin somewhere on the map. Where is the goblin? How do I know this is... Goblins actually play a specific soundtrack whenever they come onto the map, and I don't know where they are. Which is unfortunate. I mean, this is a really good soundtrack, don't get me wrong. Replace floor. Chiseled stone floors, I think what I had. Lapis lazuli light block. Build. That and that. So yeah, I am the worried. Monitor lizard has died. So I think that would mean that the goblins are somewhere in here. Alternatively, goblin blood, monitor lizard corpse. Move to back. Events. Bears been spotted, bears been spotted, blah blah blah. Bears been spotted. Active. Third year of summer. Versus all the group fight. Come punch them out, lizard, blah blah blah. So they should be in this general area. Somewhere. I don't see the fucking goblins. Mostly just cause... Okay, so that's goblin blood. Monitor lizard may have killed the goblin, actually. Ah, I see him. I saw him. Aha! Here he is. You can't see him because he's in the dark, but he is there. And he's on his way. So I really need everyone to not be asleep. I really hope we have a lot of people asleep. Son of a bitch. Okay, there we go. Okay, what do you have? You have Goblin Raider. You have nothing for your equipment. That's good. What are your skills? You have Fighting of 15. That's going to be annoying. And Goblin is going to be Health. Goblin is bleeding from his lower body, right arm, and left arm. He has no equipment. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to attack with all squads. and Goblin attack with all squads. And they should instantly wake up upon that. Oh shit. That is going to be an issue. We may lose a gnome or two. Yeah, that's going to be an issue. Okay, Goblin has died, Zolf has died, Beak has died. Shit, we are losing gnomes. The Goblin has died. This is the last one that's taking a bit. Okay, the Goblin has died. Ah, thank God. Wasn't the best thing that happened in this fortress, but it was a thing that happened. Okay, so... Okay, overview, automatically butcher excess livestock, automatically butcher corpses. That's good. So just as things happen, I'll just bump this up to overview. Already won. Just simply because it is actually that important. Oh, good lord. That was unfortunate. I don't mind losing, I don't mind having losses to that compared to the Monitor Lizard. Build furniture. Pillar. I know I could have avoided losses to that if I would have gotten the training grounds done earlier, but I didn't think to do it. I really, that one was honestly on me. And I think they are slowly taking them in. Okay. Let's jump back a little bit. Build, workshop, wood, carpenter. But yeah, I think we very easily could have lost more gnomes there, don't get me wrong. I mean, we were actually pretty lucky to survive. They came with some good shit. I'm just gonna put it that way. I would really like it if someone could please butcher. It'd be very advantageous if they would do so. And unfortunately, they came when most of our people were actually asleep. And we have no drinks being distilled. Let's bump this up to priority 3. Just simply because these gnomes do not like not having drinks. They don't have moodlets so much as the how to put it, the value of what they partake in for drinking, sleeping, and eating decreases the time that it, or increases the time between sessions. That's the way to put it. If they eat a good meal, they won't have to eat longer than if they ate a shitty meal, basically. If they drank something really nice, such as wine, then they won't have to drink wine for a while. If they ate something nice, like a sandwich, then they won't have to eat for a while. So I should start looking at beds. Let us keep. Let's use birch. Craft 2. 2. I want to bed. craft bed, craft 2, and 2 sticks with pine, craft 2, and I would like to have this be 4. And tables. I would like to have the table crafted. And move that one up. And the table should be crafted to... Yeah, let's keep it at 2. And chair needs to be crafted. Specifically, birch chair. Craft 2. Up. This one can be cancelled for any plank. Birch plank. Craft tier 2, and there we go. I would also like to maintain some dressers, actually. So let's craft 2 on that. Move that up. And I would like to have the beds made quickly. See, cabinets. I don't know what cabinets do. And crates. Crates going to be made with pine. And barrels are going to be made with pine. Do not make pine barrels, by the way. Pine barrels are very poor for your health. Any sticks? We're going to be making that. And workbenches. We're going to be making these out of birch. Craft 2. You can see why you start to need more carpenters, though. Carpenters are in more need than most other things. And then have to bellows, training dummy, wheelbarrow, bucket. Let us create another stick thing. Pine planks. Craft 2. 8. There we go. That's better. I don't know why the food smiths are taking so long, though. Or did I call them plant smiths? We do really need these corpses hauled, though. Where'd they go? There they are. Just simply because we need the fucking bone needle. And unfortunately, food smiths are still at the point where they just... And I think we actually take most of our losses to the food smiths. So let's see, squads, we have the vacancy there, and the angered mites. We have another vacancy. Megaton, the plantsmith. Spooned weeds. And unfortunately cannot have their vacancy filled. That's fine. Anyway. That's... Good lord. Well, that happened. I'm just gonna zoom in. I'm really not used to being so zoomed out, and it's messing with me. It's also hurting my eyes. I really hope that's not too loud. I don't know why there's still wood on the farms. That's unfortunate. Anyway, what should we do next? We should really the thing of it is that we really need a bone needle constructed, and we also need In order to do that, we need to get the corpses butchered, but in order to do that, we need someone to actually butcher the fucking corpses. Game? Okay. But in order to do that, we need these fields harvested, which is taking fucking forever, and people keep sleeping. Good God. These guys are really quick about it, though. Okay, I think we can start felling trees, though. No need to pick fruit. They're pine trees. You do also always want to plant clippings, just because if you don't, then you are going to have a bad time. Or you want to always cut clippings before you... Oh hey, honey badger, let's not fuck with you. Just cause... Hey! What did I say? God damn it. Why? Why do you keep fucking with the honey badgers? Perform attack orders, defend gnomes, avoid enemies. Positions, retreat if bleeding, retreat to equip uniform. Pursue lost targets, assist in squat. Why are you attacking it? Run away. Just run away. Just flee. I said flee. Health, honey badgers in good health. Why are you attacking it? Are you just attacking the gnome when she's defending herself? If so, then all squads come to just demolish this thing, please. Someone is just axing the fuck out of it. Spear has died. God damn it! It's honey badger blood. What happened there? Seriously injured her left leg, right eye, and left arm. Has injured her right leg. Honey badger can no longer walk and is blind. Events. Combat. Group fight. Spear has died. Spear kicks the honey badger and misses. The honey badger bites Spear, hitting the neck, poking through. Oh shoot, it got a lucky bite in, basically. Kicks the honey badger, hitting the mouth and smashing the jaw. Okay. Spear has died. It got a lucky bite in. However, why did you drop your axe? Combat is not going well. It's not going well at all. In fact, it's going completely the opposite of well. Military. Squads. It's 2 vacancies. Spooned weeds, angered mites. And they won't fucking butcher the corpses to make these losses worth it. Some of you might be saying, how could that be worth it? You lost so many gnomes. It's because it's really not. But it would make it slightly more worth it if we actually butchered the fucking corpses. Because then we could get a bone needle, hide, and start actually making armors for ourselves, as well as bandages, beds, and we could completely unlock the rest of the crafting tree. Which is what we really need to do. Because holy shit. This is not okay. Thankfully we should get plenty of nomads next season. And unfortunately that honey badger just decided to pick a fight with our gnome. And then of course, it got a lucky hit in. Because this fight, the fighting in this game is actually RNG, just simply because you can't actually control it completely. Why are you bringing an orange in rather than coming to butcher the honey badger? God damn it. Someone, please. For fuck's sakes. The badger. I'm not happy. I am not of the happy. Anyway, this has been Rabbit. This has been Gnomoria. This has been a massive clusterfuck. I wish everyone well. And I will see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.